A massive thanks to Cuts Clothing for sponsoring today's video. Hey, have you been looking for the world's very best travel tripod? If so, I hope that you saw my video a few weeks back where I compared the Peak Design carbon fiber travel tripod, the tripod that raised over $12 million on Kickstarter, to the Ulanzi carbon fiber travel tripod, and I showed that in almost every single way, the Ulanzi tripod was better than the Peak Design tripod. It's taller, is more sturdy, it's lighter, it has a better center column, better feet, and a significantly better ball head than the Peak Design. And while the Peak Design tripod is $650, the Ulanzi tripod is $370, and that's better. But Ulanzi reached out and they said, hey, you know that tripod of ours that you really like? Well, we made it better. And how is that possible?
Let me start off with 2 words.
Quick release head. Now, if you're not familiar with Ulanzi's quick release system, this is their Falcam F38 quick release system, and I have these things everywhere. You pop one of their F38 plates on the bottom of your camera, and now that works with a range of their F38 quick release mounts. This bit is the base plate, that bit is the camera plate, push a button, and it quick releases. But while it is in there, it is locked in place. You cannot even shake that plate in there, but then there's just a small button on the side, you push the button, and it quickly releases. And this bit's kind of like their universal plate. See, it's got a 1/4-inch hole on the bottom that you can screw this onto. You pop that little washer bit out, and now it can screw onto a 3/8-inch mount. And then the whole plate bit is Arca Swiss plate. And that's how I use it a lot. I actually use my main like walk around little tripod, my little vlogging tripod, and I turned it into an F38 quick release just by adding one of these plates. So the Joby head, I unscrew that bit. Here's my quick release plate. So I put that in place. I get that tightened down one time, just like super, super tight, and I never mess with that Joby screw bit again, which has caused me all sorts of issues in the past. So once that's super tight, once I've confirmed that that's tight, I never touch that again. I just take my camera, I slide it into the quick release, and my camera is locked in. Even without pushing anything or locking anything down, my camera is going nowhere. Until, of course, I push that quick release button and my camera slides right out. And for those of you that are like, oh, well, what if you accidentally hit that button? You can actually pull the button out, twist it, and it goes into a lock position, and now you can't press the button. Let me show you on this one. So I can press the button, it comes out easily, get it back in there, pull this bit out, turn it to the locked position, and now the button cannot be pressed. That plate, it's not going anywhere. And the sweet part about this system is that because I have these in so many different places and I have these F38 plates on so many different cameras, I can just take out one camera, take the next one, and slap it in. And now this camera is locked in place with a quick release. I know it's not going anywhere, and when I do want it, I just push the button and I pull it out. It's how my whole overhead camera rig is set up. It's a quick release F38 plate. Sometimes I even take my GoPro and I'll do that for tripods so I can just quickly kind of pop them in and out of quick release plates. They've also got this guy, which is a camera strap bit. See how this camera strap plate, it's got little eyelets so you can take any camera strap. This one actually has little Peak Design tabs on it as well. For all of you out there that watched that video and thought that I hate Peak Design, I love Peak Design. I love Peak Design products. It's just that this tripod isn't as good as this tripod. And I calls it like I sees it. So I can take my camera with this camera strap, I slide it in there, and now my camera is on a strap, just like normal. I can walk around, pull my camera up and shoot it. But sometimes you're like, oh, I want to take it off of my strap quickly. I just press a button and now I can go out and I can do something else with it. When I want to put it back in, slap it in place. Same thing, if you're worried about accidentally pushing that button, you just pull the little tab and it locks in place. Then they also have, they've got their own version of Peak Design's camera strap, Peak Design's quick capture clip, which I have loved for a very long time. You can see it's well beaten. I think I have 3 of them on different backpacks. But something about the Peak Design, and everyone talks about it, is that when you take a Peak Design plate and you put it in the quick capture system, can you see how much play there is in there? Like listen to it. Your camera kind of jiggles a lot. And while the Falcam F38, it's not very sleek like that, this one definitely has like the sexy factor to it. It's just so pretty and well designed. And the Ulanzi, they went with these like weird bits here. I don't like the system, how it looks, but it does work, it works fantastically well. There is no jiggle at all when this thing locks in.
My money don't jiggle jiggle.
And the other nice thing is that the button that you quick release your camera with, it's on this side instead of this side. So you can see the benefit of having this F38 system kind of everywhere, like on all your tripods, anywhere you're gonna mount your camera, you can just quickly go in and out of systems from here, pop it off here, slap it onto here, pop this over here, slap that in there, grab my GoPro and put it on a camera strap. I don't know why I would do that, but the point is you could if you wanted to with this whole F38 system. So when Ulanzi sent over this tripod that, again, I've said is the best travel tripod I've used, even though I do really like this head, I did think it was weird that it wasn't F38 quick release. And that's what they fixed with this. Before I show you that though, let me tell you guys a little bit about the sponsor of today's video, Cuts Clothing. If you guys have been following this channel for any amount of time, you will have heard me talk about Cuts Clothing. They are a massive channel sponsor, but also just makers of like really good fitting, really good feeling shirts. And while when I first started wearing Cuts Clothing back in the day, it was like t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and hoodies. Now they have everything from polos that I wear out golfing to a really sweet Sherpa jacket that I have. I've got joggers from them, shorts from them. Cuts is making everything now, and they're making them that same thing. It's all their clothes just, man, they just fit right. But most importantly, like I always say, my wife likes how I look in Cuts, so I'm gonna wear Cuts. If you want really great fitting clothes that also feel really good and your wife will probably think you look good in them also, head to the first link in the description, shoot over to cutsclothing.com, use my code at checkout and save 15%. Okay, let's get this tripod open, and everything else on this tripod should be almost the same. I know I got like the Gen 1 of this tripod. I think there's already a Gen 2 version or just some like minor updates. So this probably is a lot of that. Very stubborn twist tie. Oh, it is like the Gen 2. So things are a little more refined on this version already. The clips are smooth now. They kind of were textured on this guy. But everything else I think is the same except for, check that out. Oh, push button, quick release ball head, built into my tripod. This is awesome. Quick release camera, plate, snap that in place, and I am locked into my tripod. I do not have to worry about this falling off. I'm not even locked, like the button isn't locked. It's just locked in place. Then if I wanted to twist the button to lock, now I know. Can't even like accidentally push the button to open it, but when I do unlock that, now I just push the button and my camera pops right out. Oh. This is gonna be sweet. Oh, there's a level on there too. Check that out. Added a level on the side of the ball head. I wonder if when my camera is on there, pretty good. The level, it puts it underneath my camera, obviously. So I guess if you had your camera off of there, you could level the tripod and make sure it was perfectly level using that side bit, and then you could put your camera on, or you could just kind of look under it as you try to level your camera. I think even the carbon fiber looks nicer. They did a lot of things. This one kind of had more of like it's kind of more of like a hammered, painted look to it. And now with this one, they went like nice, smooth texture on this. This looks, I'll say it looks better. It looks nicer. Oh, someone did mention this on the Gen 2. When you unscrew this middle bit, it's a slightly different hook. Like now it's not flippable like the other one. It's just a locked in place hook, but still a good hook that's up in the center column. Oh my gosh, that's gonna make my life so easy that everything I have is all F38 quick release. Now there is one note here. This F38 quick release system only works with F38 plates. So if you had, for instance, the Peak Design plate, just like the F38 plate won't lock into the Peak Design system, it just kind of slides out. The Peak Design plate wouldn't lock into the F38s. It doesn't even go into the F38 system. So to use this tripod with this ball head on there, you have to have the F38 plates. To use this tripod with the Arca Swiss plate on there, you could have any plate or any plate that's Arca Swiss plate. So both F38 and Peak Design can kind of do just like the normal clamp down style like this one has, and only the F38s can quick release into that. Well, that is so slick. I love quick release. That's so, man, it's just so clever and it just feels good. Like once it's in, it's so locked down too. Okay, some of you out there might be bummed because you already went and you bought this tripod. Maybe you saw that video a month back, or you saw someone else's video on this tripod months ago, and you went and you bought this one, and you're like, well, that sucks because I want the F38 ball head. Well, they are selling just the ball head. I think it's like $50 or $60 on there, and you get just the ball head bit, so you can just unscrew the hook of your current tripod, undo that bad boy, slide it out, take the new F38 ball head, and now you could have the F38 quick release system on your version as well. I wanna hear what you guys have to say though. What do you guys think of the F38 system as a whole? Maybe you have used some of their other F38 mounts in the past. I personally love the F38 system. I've been relying on it for a lot of different things and a lot of different ways to mount my cameras. And I'm super stoked that now this tripod that I've really fallen in love with has that system built in. But what about you? Would you go for the Arca Swiss plate style and then add their universal adapter? Or would you go for the F38 style? Or you could buy the Arca Swiss plate style and the F38 ball head so you could switch them back and forth and have the same legs. Let me know what you guys think though, and I will see you guys soon. Hey, let me know if you guys want to see, like a backpack clip comparison between the F38 system and the Peak Design system. I think I have one more backpack clip thing, but the two that I've used the longest and I know the most about would be the Peak Design capture clip versus this F38 system. There's for sure pros and cons to both systems. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to see that video, and I'll make it for you guys. All right, I'll see you guys soon. And it's plugged in. How did I not check all that? I did not even check my audio before I started this. You stupid, stupid man. Mic check. Everything's plugged in for sure. Oh, that would have been terrible.